What's up, guys? So we got resistance and support 2.0, and this is gonna be maybe a bit interesting to you guys because you just watched the video of how we place monthly, weekly, daily H4 key levels. That's all fair and well. And like I said, I've just been progressing, advancing my trading styles to how we can see those levels, and without having all that clutter. Like, I mean, if you look at the videos, I probably have, I don't want to know how much of these lines just all over the show. And I just couldn't take it anymore. I wanted to find a way to neaten it up. Okay, so this is what I do. So my support and resistance, I go to the weekly, right? Once I'm on the weekly, I look for areas of consolidation. Like I look for these wicks, right? So for example, let me just take price away over here. Let me just do this. Right, so let's just say price was like that. Okay. And I don't want to look too far back, so I don't want to go back to October 2016. I want to look more or less, if you look at this, from May 2018. Shit, sorry. Let me just go forward. Let me just first show you this. Let me play. Cool. So you want to look from, as we are now, July 2019. You want to go back. July. Say 2 years. Let's call it 2 years, so we're working within the zone. Okay. So we're working within this block over here. Okay. More or less. So now what you want to look for is these areas. Again, just like I showed in the previous video, you mark them up. So here you see an area of consolidation. So you do this, drag a line across, right? And you just try to find these minor support and resistance zones. Okay, so you draw them like that, like a miniature style. Okay. Once you have them on, you now want to go and say, okay, you found everything, you're happy. Here's another one over there. Okay, so now you want to go, you just want to flip it to the daily. All right, so now you got these zones all marked up. This is how they look on the daily. All right, then once you find your support and resistance, you're looking, sorry, put that there. You're now looking at the daily for a minor support and resistance. So you found like your weekly support and resistance levels. Okay, and if you want to, you can use the horizontal ray tool and you can do something like this. All right, okay, it's quite thick, and then just delete the black line. Okay, but for this video, we're going to use the black lines. Then you're going to look at your daily support and resistance levels. Now just looking at this from what you've learned from doing the course and being this far, we can see and we all know how to read these lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, low. We know that structure is bullish. Okay, so we know structure is bullish, and we obviously never ever want to trade against the trend. Yes, sometimes we do it, we kill 12 it, we catch 30-40 pips, sometimes even 20 pips, but overall to catch and make the most money is on the bigger trade. So now once you find your support and resistance, and when I say like your flat line, I mean like your straight support resistance lines, right? Don't forget your trend line are also support and resistance zones. Okay, it's just a angled, call it an angled support and resistance level. But let's not get into trend lines now. We're talking about support and resistance. Now, once you find these areas, you see how some of them is like, this is a bit off. You can want to adjust it. Look for and touch as most weeks as possible. 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, 5 week, 6 week, 7, 8, 9. Cool. This one is 1, 2, 3. There's a lot over here as well. See, here we have that break retest. Okay, so here we can refine this and put it like that, right? We can even draw a smaller one over here, because this is also a minor support level. Okay, and we can take it up and we can see minor support level. Now we combine that with the lesson you've already watched called fibs. You take your fibs, line them up the same way, and you can see direction of where the market should go next is the next higher high. Okay, somewhere between here and there, depending on your risk to reward, where you want to get out. See, it makes like a staircase, and these support and resistance zones, they help you a lot, because you might get the price going up to here, and once it goes up to here and it still start making spinning tops, take profit. This is not the holy grail, thinking that it will always make it to TP1 and always make it to TP2. They are just hidden levels of where you can get out to the market. Now this support level here is also a hidden level, because what if this should happen? Let's take an arrow. Let's say this happens. The market comes up, comes down, goes up, makes a double top, comes down, hits your 100 again, makes like an M pattern like that. That could happen. That's a possibility, but market structure is still overall bullish, right? Made a lower low, but if market structure goes from here and proceeds to make, and it goes from here and goes there, then it makes higher high. Okay, we need to be able to determine market structure along with our support and resistance zones. They play a big factor together. If you combine them, the two, guys, it's big confluence. It's so much confluence. It's just that so many of you are not paying attention to the market structure. You're not paying attention to the support and resistance, and that's why you guys are getting faked out. Support and resistance, trend lines, structure, Fibonacci, candlesticks, they all play a big role in how we read these patterns, right? Now, let's move over here to GBP USD. Okay, so we go to GBP USD quickly. Okay, so now we're on GBP USD, and again, you go to the weekly. Okay, so you're on the weekly, don't want to go too far back. 1 to 2 years, you look for these levels of support. Now, I'm not going to draw out support resistance levels again, but there you would draw minus support. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. 4 weeks price set in that area. 4 weeks, guys. That's a month. A month of price sitting there. Climbing the stairs. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Boom. Double top. Boom. Lower high, lower low. Makes a higher high. Makes an equal low. Right? This is on the weekly. But now once you find these levels, boom, 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 you throw them all up. You, like I showed you now earlier, then you go to your daily. Now you refine them from here. So GBP USD. Okay, you take you mark it out. Right, that's a ceiling for this pair. Keeps coming up to that price, keeps pulling down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Right? A lot of knocking on the same spot, it eventually caves. Right? Now you look at the bottom over here, see where price is sitting. Right? Price overall on the daily is bearish, but I think it's reversal time on the specific pair. Initially, I was waiting for, and that's why it's always good to wait and not just go in on a trade. I was waiting for this over there, right? Then I was waiting for this to form over here. And it didn't quite form. It kind of went down. But I was waiting for an inverse head and shoulders pattern. And I still feel, but now what do I wait for? Now the inverse head and shoulders is kind of there. There was more wicks down in this area. Here we have more candles down in this area. Right? If you box up and you take it from the body of where this wick started to the bottom of that wick, it's more or less in that zone. Okay? But now we need candlestick confirmation on the daily to tell us, hey, it's time to get out, or it's time to go long. So another spinning top, maybe a morning star or bullish engulfing, right? You will see on the daily time frames, but we can obviously finesse that by dropping to 4 hour, right? you can already see reversal sign showing. You have your hammer, spinning top, spinning top, spinning top, spinning top, another hammer, dojis, like a whole lot of nothing. But that's also because it's Independence Day today. Then you can go to the 1 hour, right? Now in the 1 hour, you do this. Use the support and resistance that I showed you how to do, and you draw a minor level of resistance like that. Okay? Delete this. Remember, just go back. If you got lost, go back, rewind me. We went down from the daily, we found structure, we saw the inverse hidden, a potential inverse hidden shoulders in the daily, went to 4 hour, went to 1 hour, and on the 1 hour, we drew a level of resistance. Consolidation zone, what do we need next? We need a break and a retest to get into this trade. That I'm going to carry on the next video, okay? So that's support and resistance in a nutshell. Let me see if I can drag this back to Euro USD. That's how I do it. I'm no longer drawing weekly key levels of the fibs. Though that works, trust me guys, but don't get me wrong. There's a lot of you guys that's still doing it and it's working. No problem. It's just this is my way and that's what's helping me, because the less I see, the clearer I can trade. Okay. But I'm going to come back to GBP USD now on the next video. The video titled break and retest, right? Break and retest, break of structure, all of that. I'm gonna follow up and finish off this video over there. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.